Live pictures of the White House just down the road from us on Pennsylvania Avenue. President Biden is making good on his campaign promise to redistribute wealth in America. Maybe you've heard him talk about it before, specifically with corporations and the top 1%.
It's about time they start to pay their fair share. More money from the super wealthy to start to pay their fair share. I'm a capitalist, but pay your fair share. To making sure that large corporations begin to pay their fair share, in taxes.
New federal rule is going to make it more expensive to buy a home, not because you make more money, but simply if you have good credit. Comes at a time when mortgage rates are already above 6%. This new rule specifically impacts people taking out loans of $400,000 or more. According to the National Association of Realtors, the median home price is about $40,000 less, $363,000. When you break it down by state, people in Arizona, California, Colorado, Massachusetts, Nevada, and Utah will be most affected. That's because prices in those states and others are higher. As expected, it didn't take long for the people at Fox News to pounce on the rule and use it to go after President Biden.
Good credit, big down payment, okay, but you'll pay for that success. This is pure politics.
Using Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac for these sort of political purposes may not be the best thing to do. And frankly, I think it violates the entire discipline that these two companies have operated under.
This is a middle-class tax hike. This is like a responsibility tax.
The majority of Americans don't buy homes worth more than $400,000, obviously, because they can't afford to. According to the National Association of Home Builders, in 2022, nearly 70% of Americans could not afford the median home price. But it is not going to take long for this issue to become highly politicized, just like the gas stove issue did. They're a little bit different, but same vein. Scott Bolden's here, former chair of the Democratic Party in D.C. I get the idea of the campaign promise to get the rich to pay their fair share. But aren't there going to be a lot of folks in the middle class who have just been responsible and have good credit who are going to also be caught up in this?
Yeah, it's like a penalty for good credit and putting a high down payment. I'm refinancing two of my properties, no offense, but if I do it before August, then I won't get hit with that $40. My problem with the $40 isn't the amount. It is whether this is the best way to redistribute wealth and close the housing gap in America.
Yeah, I can't quite figure it out. And it comes the same time President Biden's announcing re-election. Washington Post says he's going to announce on Tuesday. Again, I'm trying to understand the logic of this. And if you want to make it income tested, fine. How are you making it credit score tested? I just don't get it. Give me the politics.
Well, the credit score will still be the requirement, but I think this $40 per application or per mortgage is to allow Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac to provide better programs, lower interest rates to individuals who are have riskier credit and buying less expensive homes, to put them in, use that money to give them a greater chance of getting into a house, therefore closing the housing gap between the top 1% and the lower 99%.
You know what? I'm interested in sort of all of these projects that have come out recently from the White House. You think about this, you think about how they're dealing with the transgender sports bill right now that's in Congress, on and on and on. And so many of the White House's moves appear to be very targeted to very narrowly focused groups within the Democratic Party, and that are kind of ignoring suburban soccer moms, the swing voters that you need in re-election. I asked this in a larger sense. Just got the polling out today that Robert Kennedy, of all people, an anti-vaxxer who's had some very serious issues himself, is now polling at 14% in a Democratic primary. You've got Joe Biden, who's clearly wounded as a president. Approval ratings now near all-time low numbers. If they're almost more worried about a primary fight than they are about the general election right now.
Well, you certainly, I don't know if they're worried about the primary voters. They're worried about getting their core voters out. Suburban moms are important, but they certainly haven't been the core of the Democratic Party. And suburban moms that don't look like me, as well as other conservative voters who have left the Democratic Party, they're not coming back. The majority of them haven't voted for a Democratic president since Lyndon Baines Johnson. And so they've got to shore up their core voters, which are black voters, brown voters, and urban voters, and then they can go after those other groups. At least that's the strategy.